How do you like to split your time between a modern metropolis and marvelous Maui? Well, that's exactly what today's Real Finfluencer does. I'd like to welcome Gerry Scott to the show. Gerry, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me on your top-rated podcast in the world.
That is marketing. Thank you, Gerry. Well, to throw a little love back your way, Gerry is an exceptional influencer because he has not only been in the advising space for, dare I say, decades, but he had this great idea that he would start an app specifically for Canadians who were spending a significant time outside the country called US Snowbirds Day Tracker. And Gerry, I'd like to start with the chicken or the egg question. Were you a snowbird who thought up the app, or did you think up the app and then decide you had to live the snowbird lifestyle?
Initially, I think it was only going down south for maybe going to Hawaii for 2 weeks max. And then as we started getting more, later in life, we realized that, boy, there's some serious rules that Canadians have to be concerned about. And Canadians were sitting around that campfire down in the States, all their little RVs or however they got there in a wagon hoe kind of thing. And they were coming up with these bizarre answers to the questions of how long can you spend in the United States? And nobody knew the rules. So we saw the opportunity to create this app, which is called the Snowbird US Day Tracker. And it allows Canadians to track the days from an IRS perspective. And it's started to evolve from there.
So kind of this around the campfire visual you painted for us turned into, I'm on the website for the Day Tracker, and there's a spot here where you can download the app. It's pretty amazing to me that as an advisor, you saw this potential of a need, and then you went and built the tech to meet the need. Did that ever seem daunting?
No, when you have our kids are in a different generation, it's funny how it works, but they're usually 2 or 3 generations below us. So all we had to do was reach out to one of our daughter's friends, who basically writes code in his parents' basement with no windows. So it's not hard, based on our generation. But Laura, it really has become more, yes, there are rules, but we also realize that with the immigration concerns, the podcast is one thing, but to turn this into a podcast, which is called the Snowbirds Expat Radio Podcast, it was just amazing that we realized that advisors struggle with building their businesses. I'm the first one to tell you, regardless of how big your business is or your book is, it's tough. It's a really tough business. So we realized that, and all the advisors are going to agree with me, the best referrals come from the accountants and lawyers. So I think what we realized is that we were able to send more referrals to these hardworking, unmarketable, meaning accountants and lawyers are not great at marketing. We were able to send them more referrals than they could handle all throughout North America, because we're licensed on both the U.S. side, the FINRA, and up here, which used to be called IROC in Canada, which is a very rare designation. But really, we were able to feature all these accountants and lawyers on our podcast and get people comfortable with them and help tell their story. And the door is being beaten down to become a very good friend of Gerry Scott to be on this podcast. So we're proud of what we built. And once again, it goes back to that simple value of when you show up at someone's house for dinner, make sure you show up with more than just your appetite.
Well, I love the progression because it wasn't just this let's talk about keeping track of days, keeping track of rules and taxes. Then it became this seat at the table for COIs. And then it became this marketing umbrella that pulls it all together. And so I am showing off the videos on your YouTube channel where you have 107 so far. And that I think is in between your shorts and your full length videos. And you just have a really wide array of topics in your channel that appeal to people who are living the Snowbirds lifestyle and that feature folks like your COIs who cater to that audience. So I just think this is a brilliant kind of next step beyond building it and they will come. And then you have to do something to really drive the traffic, right?
It's a place to meet where these people that have questions can answer these wonderful professionals that we've screened and made sure that they are really good people. They share the same values as us, and we can meet those people. Those people can meet those professionals. And that platform will live on, long after I decide to leave this business and just play golf, pickleball in the afternoon, and mountain bike, before the sun comes down.
One last thing I want to show off here, Gerry, is your Instagram page. And I pull this up because your marketing mind began to think, where are the snowbirds hanging out online? How am I getting these COIs in front of the right people? And one of your answers was they're on Instagram. And now all of your content is on Instagram. Do you feel like this is a good place to make that connection?
I believe all social media is great if you have the right platform and making sure that we're not selling and threatening people. The people that you really want to look after is these incredible accountants and lawyers that have spent so much time on their craft that they haven't become marketers. They haven't had the ability to be able to tell their story. They're very, very intelligent, wonderful people to deal with, but they struggle and they need help. And if I can send anything to advisors, and the message today, the takeaway would be, stop thinking about yourself so much and think about how you can help people.
That's a great message, Gerry. And one last question for you. I'm always asked about the ROI of video, and we haven't talked a lot about the video you're creating, but it touches each piece of the marketing system that you have created. When you think about, is this worth it? What's the ROI of video for you?
So the ROI has been, and I know Laura would love this number, I'm going to tell him it's 1,000%. We're not talking single digit. We're talking 1,000 points. And it was just a great way for us to get our story out there and do it in a way that was less intimidating than a big brand.
I am continually impressed with the complex thank you based marketing system that you have built. It's an honor to be a part of helping you get the word out about it. And I'd like to leave everyone with this. If Gerry can do it, you can do it too. And if you need help building authority and growing your practice with video, that is what we do at Idea Decanter.